Hello, I'm me. My.
Well, good evening and welcome. Abigail French, first in the house. Wow, you rock star. You're a bloody rock star. First in the house. Harry's in the house. You know, who watched that freaking boring England game last night? Won it. Freaking hard work. I had Harry Kane to score a hat trick. They took him off with 15 minutes to go. 10. He had 3 goals, did he? One at the back of the net, but they disallowed it. Honestly, unbelievable. Anyway, it's a bit bright in it tonight, isn't it? I'm looking freaking really. I think she's been freaking polishing, I think she's been polishing. That's better, isn't it? You don't want to see me in the full light, do you? Do you want to see a little bit more of me? Honestly, Chris, you're looking old. So, good evening, Harry Breed, Graham Allison, Tim Weston, Tracy Dodds, good evening. Jim Cooper, Harry Breed, and not the tables, Carlos. There you go. That's nice to hear from you all. What a week it's been. What a week it's been. I've been putting up videos of so-called ex-professional dog trainers and critiquing them. And it's been bloody hard work. And then someone says, can we not put up something interesting? Yep, that's what I thought. Something valuable. So I did. Well, Sue's in the house as well, look. Sue's in the house. So on my latest video on Patreon is If sends in 2 videos of his dog. Both dogs, both pictures. And it was refreshing. It was refreshing to see that they had confidence. They had ability. They had control. He hadn't destroyed the drive from the start. And yet, he's got that desire and he's got the control. And it was a pleasure to watch somebody send in videos who follow the Corleone way, followed me on YouTube before the videos got taken down, followed me on Patreon, and been with us for a long time. When he first came to me, I asked him tonight if he wanted to go on live. He says, no, I'm taking the wife out for dinner. I thought, what a freaking sensible lad. And when he first came to me with the dog, it was hard work. It was hard work with the dog. It was hard work with him. And I'm being totally honest. And he didn't have much of an idea. How he's improved, I don't say this that often, but I do say it, and it's right. He can train those dogs as good as I can train the dogs because of the knowledge and wisdom he's picked up. Yes, I mean, I'd give him a few little hints, like, you know, don't send the dog if the dog goes wrong. When it goes wrong, don't send the dog. It's little things like that he can pick up. But in general, when you look at the quality of his training and the standard of his training, I've got to say, it was a pleasure to watch compared to these. And don't forget, we're looking at old school at the moment. We're looking at old school trainers, people who are perhaps not doing it anymore, people who have died, people who did it 20, 30 years ago. And I'm trying to give you an insight into what it was like when I was looking for knowledge and understanding before the internet. These videos I'm putting up are before the internet. So you had to go and buy a professional gun dog trainer's video if you wanted to watch what he did and learn from it. Paul Matt joined Patreon recently, watched the experts videos. Have you ever thought about making a DVD? A good question, Paul. But what DVD would I make? I look like freaking Tintin. There's a little freaking curl here tonight, isn't it? See that little curl? Look like freaking Tintin. What's freaking happening with my hair? It's my wife. She took me to an Indian tonight. David Ross. No names, please. No names. It's in the group on purpose because we're not here to throw anybody under the bus for what they've put up in the past. We're there to debate it. We're there to educate. And we're there to learn, to help people learn. And not a problem, Dave. You've mentioned him now, but we have covered him. But we're covering a number of different trainers of videos of the past. And like I said, is when I was successful, I still wanted more information. I didn't just rely on my success. I wanted more. I was hungry for information, and I've always been hungry for information. I'm hungry for moving forward. See that? Good evening to Sue and Curly. Bucket, look at that, Curly. It's getting curly. But toasty, reckon, doesn't he? So what I'm saying is, like, I'm not putting them up to absolutely rubbish them. But the more you watch these older videos, the more you watch these older videos, you think, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, we were doing that 30, 40 years ago. But then again, that's what the videos are, isn't it? The videos of that age, aren't they? And was it the fact that we've moved on in the last 30 years? But have we moved on? Why have we got so many problems out there with people with dogs? You know, I'm not just talking about just gun dogs, but like Paul said, have you ever thought making a DVD? What am I going to make the DVD of, Paul? Because how do people really learn? They learn by watching other people's mistakes. They learn by watching problem dogs, and they may have a problem dog, and me addressing problem dogs. How many of these so-called professional trainers have you seen that put up videos of people with problem dogs and they work with them, or people's problem dogs that they work with them? And they give you an idea what the dog's doing, like running in, not listening, clearing off. The dog's learned to pull the person, not listen to the person, no engagement. Well, the engagement comes from building a bond with the dog, surely. But you wouldn't be building a bond with a dog and giving it encouragement if it's taken over, would you? So if a dog comes to me and it's full of confidence, but it's really being naughty, I can address that dog in a different way because of the confidence the dog's got. But I still want to win the dog over, and I want the dog to want to work for me, not force the dog to work for me. And that's the big difference. There's a big difference between giving the discipline at the right time, knowing when to give the discipline. And if you're not taught, then how do you know what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, whether you're destroying the drive, whether you're creating the desired effect with that dog? And so, like Paul says, have you ever thought about making a DVD? Yes, I have. But my DVD would never be the same format as this is how to make the dog sit. This is how to make the dog go for a left or a right. Videos of addressing problem dogs get you negative attention in the undereducated world. You're dead right, Michael. You're dead right, and that's the reason, isn't it? Because anybody can put up a video of a dog being lead trained with a few yank and cranks. A dog that's they're not really pulling or pulling, and you can sort it within seconds because it's difficult. But the difficult side of it is getting into the psychology of it all. And where are these trainers out there of the past? That's what I'm trying to show you, that were dealing with the psychology side of it. They were dealing with the reading the dog, getting the dog to want to play the game. We talk about, we wait till the dog sits before it gets the retrieve. The dog learns to sit automatically. That doesn't mean that you've cracked it. That doesn't mean under great temptation the dog's not going to not listen to you. The dog's going to do what it wants to do. But what I say is, we teach the behavior first, and if we can teach it through gameplay, the dog learns quickly, understands the gameplay, wants to play the game. Then when it goes wrong and you use the discipline the way we show you, and firm discipline at the right moment in certain situations, then you get the dog responding brilliantly because it wants to please you. It knows how to please you because you've already taught it. If you go straight in with discipline, that's where people say you destroy the drive. You've destroyed the drive, the desire, you destroy the communication, the partnership. Yes, you do, if you don't know how to use it. But if we're not showing people how to use it, and this is what these videos are like. Did you see that? Did anybody watch that Kamala Harris and the Trump debate? I don't know if any of you are interested. She said that the insurgent on the White House, when everybody, the idiots, went up to the White House and smashed the windows and broke in. I think one person died, and it was bad. One person died, and then 2 or 3 people died afterwards, and they say it was related to that, but was it really related to that? And Kamala Harris said that is the biggest. What's the word she used? What's the word she used? Not tragedy. What's it? Terrorist attack we've ever had since something to do with the Indians, Cherokees or something. I don't know. Anyway, and I thought, hang on, what is the date? Is it 9/11? How many people died in the Twin Towers? How many people died in that? Would you not class that as far worse terrorist event than storming the White House with a bunch of freaking idiots, a bunch of hillbillies who thought freaking and let's be honest, they let them in. It wasn't as if like Trump actually said you need more security. There's going to be loads of people at this rally, and they went, no, we don't need the security. We don't need the police. So they didn't put the police on the streets of the mass crowd that Trump brought in. And perhaps words were said that escalated it a little bit, promoted the violence. But guess what? She turns around. I watched the debate, and I'm interested in politics. She had nothing to say about politics, about how was she going to get America back into the strong seat, as we say. With politics, she did nothing but talk shit. How can you say that the storming of the White House by the patriots, or whatever you want to call them, the what's name boys, whatever you call them, was worse than 9/11? Fucking, it's like saying dog training, isn't it? Oh, if you have to discipline a dog, you're freaking you're cool, you're a beast. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, it's so easy to put up a glossy video, isn't it? And that's going back to what Paul said. It's so easy to put up a glossy video and go, look at this. It looks lovely. Look at this. The dog's responding to me. But what about the dogs that not respond? What about the dogs that push the boundaries? What about the people that push the boundaries? Do you not give them discipline? Do you back off from them? So they'll sort it out. They'll find a way eventually. No, they won't. They'll get worse. If you come from a third world country and you've got no principles, and raping women is part and parcel of that's what gets done on the streets because there's no security cameras, there's no real policing, it's a bit of a fucking third world country. You shit on the street because no one says it. Everyone come over here and start shitting on the streets or raping people. It's the same scenario, isn't it? And so what I'm saying is, if I look at these videos of dog trainers and they show you something that you don't do, but it makes the training much easier, I'm going to be the first person to share it with the group and go, listen, I've just seen this, and it's absolutely fantastic. We've got Gary Marriott in the group. He's at the bottom there. Look, he was the last person to make a couple of comments. I watched one of his videos the other day. It was exactly as if it was Chris Upton training. The bastard. He's taken my ideas. He's younger, better looking, and he's got women falling for him. It must be my age. That's all I can say. Do you know what? I don't think negative about it. I don't think, why are you spreading what I've taught you? Why are you spreading what I've showed you? I'm flattered. I'm flattered that he's run with what I've shown him and using it in his own way to show himself as a trainer out there. There's no jealousy. There is generally no jealousy. it's flattering for someone to think, I've followed Chris Upton for a load of years. Chris Upton has endorsed me himself to give me the confidence. He don't need confidence. Marriott don't need confidence from me. But I've done it. I've literally given him the endorsement to say, in my opinion, you're a great trainer. And what have I said to him? You can train dogs as good as me now. And that is the nice thing about our group. Taught by the master to be able to help more people. Absolutely spot on, Stevie. Another guy there. Another guy I endorse 100%. And yet I don't endorse people, great pretenders. Gary will talk about discipline. Good evening, Christopher. Thank God you're back from holiday. 2 weeks away, that boy. 2 weeks. Who gets away these days for 2 weeks? What a life of luxury. Nice to have you back. Great trainer, great top bloke. Yeah, exactly. And that's what's important. The feedback I get is important. If I was getting negative feedback, I'd be thinking, shit, I didn't read that. I've misread it. I've misread his knowledge, his attitude, the way he deals with people. He's correct. He says it what he feels. I want that. I don't want freaking sheep. I don't want people just to follow me for the sake of following me. I want people to gain the experience that I've got in 1/3 of the time. Because I've been doing this a long time. And if you carried on doing it for 30 years, then and at the level I've done it, that's important. There's plenty of people been out there 30 years and have 2 dogs or 3 dogs. But the level that I've done it and the skill set that I can read things. Someone said this the other day on our group. It's lovely to have that feedback. Yeah, but because perhaps you're dyslexic, you can read it different than other people. You spot those little things. I think that could be a point. I think that's a point. Today, for instance, Sue's been off work and we've been to the Indian. She's taught me more about the Indian tonight and told me what I'm doing wrong. I'm eating my food too fast and I'm not fucking put my glass in the right position. And the reason they got the hot bit off because they're bringing me a fucking different curry than she's having. And I'm thinking, hang on, I was having curries before you were even freaking 45. 45. And now she's in the Indian telling me, and the Indian bloke comes over and goes, hello, Chris. I'm taking a piss. That's what he said. Hello, Chris. He said, and what did he say tonight, Sue? How long have we been going there? 22 years. Well, I'm 60 and I've been going to Indian restaurants since I was like 13. 13. When's the first time we went to an Indian restaurant, Sue?
22 years.
22 years. Right. Now she's a freaking expert. I gotta sit on a table being told how I should eat my fucking curry now.
No, you were literally, one hot plate wasn't lit and you were looking at it. And I said, yours is on the hot plate type of thing, so you don't need it.
I absolutely love it that she's got the confidence to tell me what I should be doing in an Indian restaurant. If I'd suppressed her and I go, hang on, I'm the expert, not you. Right? It's like a few months back, there was a picture of somebody with a partridge, and she said, "Oh, a baby pheasant." I honestly don't know whether she was taking the piss, and I thought, for frig's sake, you've been with me how long? And you don't. And she might have just been taking the mickey. I'm never going to know, am I? Because you can never try and understand what a woman is thinking. We've already talked about this, haven't we, on the very private feed, so I don't get hung. You know, I don't get hung. We've been there, haven't we? And you know, I'm not going to do it on here too much, right? Because I get thrown to the lions. I mean, Gary Marriott can handle. I can't handle these emotional women with is it the wrong time of the month problems? Sorry. I'm emotionally triggered all the time, Sue says. Anyway, anybody got any questions? Steve says the world needs more discipline because we all function better with it. More respect for each other. I thoroughly agree. I thoroughly agree with that. I think that you know, it's so easy to be judgmental and rude to somebody on the internet because you feel safe behind the screen. Just imagine there was a big freaking glove and went bang in your freaking head off the top of the screen, or you had a little hole on the top of your screen and someone pissed on you when you pissed them off. I tell you what, it would stop people being rude, wouldn't it, on the internet? They'd be like that with glasses. Fucking don't piss on me. Honestly, my brain, it just goes in different directions sometimes, doesn't it? The things I come up with. Stone them to death. No, don't be violent. Don't be violent. Everything should be done very gently, shouldn't it? Persuasion. Nothing should be done with violence. Nothing ever. Now, difference is, at no point have I said, and I don't think I've seen a video yet, you could argue it's slightly mentally cruel what they're doing to those dogs at such a young age because they're creating confusion. But do you think I'm right to show it and explain it and see the pitfalls you get by pushing a dog too soon, putting too much overload on a dog too soon? It's the same as, sending a kid to university, isn't it? Some kids will flourish in university at a young age, and some will go back 2 or 3 years later and do well, and some, it's not for them, is it? And they'll fold. And some will do brilliant, but fold under pressure of exams. So they're all different. In the video, there is some good points. In all the videos, there is small points, but they're points that everybody else has covered. So, like Paul was saying, have you ever thought about making a DVD? I don't want to be one of the crowd. I don't want to stand out and be completely different than everybody else for my own vanity. But what I'm saying is, I look at it in a different way. I look at it like more people need help with problem dogs than being shown a dog that's trained to a very good standard. Look at this dog. You could say, oh, that bloke can train a dog. That's of a lovely standard. But that might be one dog. What about the other 5 or 6 that he's got rid of? And they've gone down the road because he couldn't get over the problem that he created. You don't know, do you? You never know. A person who comes out on a regular basis and wins on a regular basis obviously knows what they're doing, don't they? Or they're in with the right crowd. As simple as that, isn't it? Steve Morton says, hi all. I say, hi oh silver. I had a good couple of days with Ray. He really enjoyed coming out and experiencing something new ground. Yeah, and isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely that Ray has travelled to Leicester from London? He's not young, and he spent time with Gary, and Gary's taken him out, and he's I think he said, you have to tell me if I'm wrong, he took him on a few lessons, took him on a shoot, watching his dogs work, and Ray loves the dogs and loves the camaraderie of the Corleone gang. And isn't that wonderful? Wasn't it nice to see? It was great to see. It wasn't long ago that Ray gave his dog to one of our group members because he wasn't capable of getting that. He wasn't very well, and he wanted to give the dog the best chance. So, isn't it wonderful that it's called the Corleone family for a reason, isn't it? The Corleone family, because you're there to look after the family, after the people who support me. I'm there for them, but we're a group, aren't we? We're a group of people who thoroughly enjoy training dogs. We understand the importance of being honest and using correction at the right time, and yet we're there to support each other and give each other encouragement when needed, and credit when credit is due. And that's the important thing. That's it. We look after each other. That is so important. That was more important than, let's see how many likes I can get, how many followers I can get. It's more important to have quality over quantity. It's more important to see people moving forward and gain success. If you do a training seminar, and say you're in a church hall, a big church hall, or an arena, and you've got 100 people, how the hell can they really get much out of it? As we say, 1-to-1 is the best thing you can get. So it's all right watching videos, it's all right following videos, but the way I break the videos down and make it simple, and show it in simple format, and make it simple for the dog to understand, and then owner gets success, the dogs get success. That's probably because of my dyslexic way of thinking. I keep it simple, but actually underneath, I'm a lot more complicated than people think. Sue knows. You know, she knows. I'm more complicated. I'm a deeper thinker than people think.
I think a lot of the group know that as well by now.
Could do with training from Keir Starmer about family. Don't talk to me about that, dick. What a nasty bastard, isn't it? If you don't vote to get the fucking pensioners not having fucking winter allowance, you could get fucking chucked out of the fucking Labour Party. What a bullying bastard. And so some of them abstained because they didn't have the bollocks to say, totally disagree with it. It's sad, isn't it? There's people out there on the bread line who need that. And there's going to be people old people who die. And you say, yeah, but look at the people on the streets. Look at the people on the streets. But like Sue says, those old people can't regulate their heat and survive the same as young people. And a lot of these trainers want group sessions, in my eyes. They're all about how much money they can earn. Like I say, Steve, I've seen some of the prices that some of these people are charging. And I think, how can you justify that? I think that money is not the be all and end all. And when I hear people say the more money I make makes me a better dog trainer, I think you're a freaking arsewipe. The more money I make makes me a better dog trainer. I totally disagree. Sorry, I was looking at a message. I shouldn't do that. Like I say, my phone goes ping pong all the time. But for some reason, as I was talking to you, I feel terrible now that I've let you all down. I've not concentrated on what you're saying to me. So going back to seminars, I used to do seminars up and down the country. And the problem with the seminar, you could have one problem dog that you could really spend a lot more time with, but you don't, because you're looking after another 20, 30 people. It's great when you've got a seminar and all the people in that seminar are either novice, mediocre, or advanced, because you can take the advanced class and not have to go over things 10 times that you should have really had that person in a novice class. So unless you sort of break it down, and the problem is, you know, when you go to a country, and that's what I've done. I've gone to countries where I've done seminars, and not being funny, I haven't charged a lot of money at all over the years for seminars. To begin with, it was the prestige, the fun element of going to different countries, flying to different countries, and feeling that you were appreciated. But then after a while, these long haul flights, it's like, nah, you can keep them. I can do far more in a short period of time back home with dogs than I can traveling to London, getting on a plane, waiting for the flight's delayed, getting on another flight, getting over there, accommodation strike. The people you're dealing with are all different standards. You've got people there with pet dogs. They've advertised you as a gun dog trainer, and they're there with pet dogs. Why are they there with pet dogs? Now, I totally understand that a good gun dog trainer, and Gary Marriott will tell you this, a good gun dog trainer can train pet dogs in their sleep. But when you're a specialist, it's nice to be a specialist and be able to give people that extra what they're looking for because of the speciality, because of the discipline they want to do with their dog. So I would be wasted in a pet class. Although I could teach, my knowledge would be like wasted. I want to move to the next level. And the next level is where these people produce a dog of the same standard that I can train. Then I can start putting the polish on them, the extra little things that make the difference. Now, we've had a lot of people in the group over the years come in. They were terrible. They've improved. They think they know it all, and off they go. Not a problem. Each to their own. Each to their own. But in reality, because I've seen them just before they left the group, they were probably only halfway to the knowledge that they could have got if they'd carried on. But some people reach a certain level and think that's enough for me. I'm now going to advertise myself as a professional trainer. I don't name them. Each to their own. They've got to do what they want to do in life. But I couldn't honestly recommend some of them. Even though they followed me, they've paid me, I couldn't recommend them because they've not reached the standard that I can look at the videos on a regular basis and think, fantastic, brilliant. I couldn't do better. That's the way it should be. That's what I want people to achieve. That's the difference. I can see a shit here, so I'm going to read this one. Oh, I can see a bull and shit. Honest VFM. Freaking hell, this is going to be... So you have to break this down for me. You're going to have to break this down for me. VFM.
The others advertise and charge more for poor quality. I was going to say, Graham, what the... It's VFM.
Ooh,
I did not expect
Graham.
A VFM.
From Graham. Graham, she nearly said, what the friggin' hell. No, she didn't.
Off now,
What the... Honestly, what is... All right, fucking trust Marriott. Trust Marriott and Alison to jump in there now and make me look a freaking idiot. What am I? Abbreviation? Oh, fucking all right, Chris Wheelhouse. Calm down. Honestly, you lot, you're freaking streets ahead of me.
Hey,
we live in Cornwall. We don't know what that means.
Show off, Graham.
I'm not talking. Graham, why don't you come on live and freaking tell everyone what you... Honestly. So, what did you think about me dominatrix video? Only people in the group will know. What do you think about me dominatrix video? Did you see the funny side of that? Did you see the funny side of the dominatrix? Eh? I bet some of you are going, what the frig's he on about now? Eh? It's on there, look. It's on there, look. We're talking about dominatrix, look. On the internet, on the dog training site. Talk about value for money, Chris Wheelhouse. How about that for value for money? How many other professional dog trainers talk about dominatrix? About restraining. I won't be following. No, you won't be following their way of training, but fucking hell, it's the closest thing to dominatrix, isn't it, Steve? Hey, Miss Whiplash. Hey, talk about freaking. The dog was like, what the frick? I said to Sue, I said, listen, I'm gonna actually throw myself under the bus here, everyone. I've had a number of massages over the years, but I've never had a dominatrix session with anybody other than the wife, and she's useless in the bedroom at that. She's not hard enough. She's not. She just hasn't got the wrist strength to whip me like I want to be whipped. Right? You know, I say beat me with your brush. I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby. Right? Oh, that hurt. Oh, ah. Anyway, it was funny because I said that if I went to a dominatrix person for sexual relief, or where am I going with this, Sue? If I went to somebody for sexual relief and all they did was beat the fuck out of me, but not give me the sexual relief, I'd come away scratching my head thinking, I just paid, I don't know how much you pay. Steve, how much do you pay for it? Say you pay 40, 50 quid. I don't know, it might be 200 quid. I ain't got a clue. I've got to confess, I've never been to one. I've fantasized about it on the odd occasion, and I've tried to push you in that direction to a certain extent. But like she says, I am a big baby. I can only take so much pain. Right? With the light off, and she says there's a spider running across your chest. I don't know if it is a spider or she's just tickling me. Right? And when I get goose pimples, she loves it. She absolutely loves it. Is Ray still down, Gary? Ray went about 4 o'clock. There you go. See what happened there? I was talking about dominatrix. Some of you were interested, some of you weren't. They were talking about Ray. Never mind.
No.
What?
Five star jokes for 10. He's half an hour, 35 minutes. Mate.
Who?
Adam.
Okay, Adam's late, everybody. Okay. Oh shit. Shit, I was going to fucking put him in timeout. I can't put him in timeout. Is he a moderator? Oh, no, can't I put Adam in timeout for 10 seconds because he's been freaking late? Right. Okay, everybody, you've got 1 minute to say what you like about Adam Hudson as he's in timeout for 1 minute. Come on, who's got the ball? Message deleted by Corleone Gundogs. Chris Upton deleted message. Adam Hudson can hear us, but he can't type back. Right? Come on. Who's got the balls to tell him for turning up late?
Well, Gary said hello, Adam, just as he was disappearing.
Oh. He can see it, he can read it, but he can't write anything. Next time, Kieran. What the freaking what's going on here?
Well, Ray went home at 4 p.m. and he said, "No problems. I took you both for a pint." Kieran said, "Hope we got home. Hope we got home safe."
Kieran, you live in Wigan. He lives in Leicester, and Charlie lives in freaking Dover, innit? How the frick are you going to take him for a pint? How far are you travelling?
Oh, look at Steve, Adam with the wind-up merchant.
Yeah, well done, Steve. Yeah. Go on, who's going to say Adam talks shit half the time? Go on. I've got the mineral Adam sacked. What?
I've got the mineral. Adam, you're sacked.
I thought it was Gary was up north. Up north from what? Fucking London? Yeah, he is. He's Leicester. It's up north. Where are you going? You're gonna get in a car from freaking Wigan and drive down to Leicester for a fucking pint. You fucking got too much money, you have, Kieran. Fucking someone's paying you too much, Kieran. Honestly. Hey, Adam. Adam's up north. Yeah, go and see Adam. He's free at the moment. You bastards, Upton. Haha. Would have been an expensive pint down there. Yeah, it fucking would have, wouldn't it? Leicester. All the way to Leicester for a pint to see Ray. But hey, love is blind, isn't it? Hey, love is blind. Things you do for love. Killed me that time, huh? You're back in. He's back in, everybody. Adam loves men. Yeah, Gary. Yeah. Anything else? Adam loves cheese. And we were talking about dominatrix. Oh, dear me. So anyway, can we have a weekend out down here for the price of a pint? You can have a weekend. I bet you fucking can. I bet you fucking can. Okay, you get lost in Leicester. You get lost. Anyway, is there any questions tonight? You know, I've been talking shit again. This is what this only good looking men. You're safe, Gary. You know, honestly. He was the only one willing to have a laugh there when he would say something negative. Hey, he's only one with the balls to say something negative, but you know he loves you really. So anyway, has anybody got any questions about dog training? There's 21 people in here at the moment, and the audience is just dropping off like flies. I think it was because I mentioned dominatrix. But I mean, if you watch the video, you know exactly what we're talking about. Talk about freaking destroy the dogs. Like, follow me, I'm your dog. Okay. Freaking hell. Have you seen them? Those dominatrix where I've only watched them on the internet where they dress up as a dog and they lead him around with the dog collar on and they stand on them with stilettos. What are they called, Sue? And freaking long things on the end. Stilettos on a women, not on bloke shoes, but women's shoes. And they're a lot of men. If you can't stand the smell, Adam carries. Stop it, you lot. Honestly, you get us all banned. You get us all banned. People will think we're having a fucking go at each other when we're not. They'll go, they got really bad with each other that lot. They were negative with each other. And he broke down and he needed counselling. He needed 3 months off and he needed counselling. Someone triggered Adam, and it wasn't Trigger. Yeah, so
He hasn't heard anything from his stalker this week.
Sorry, I got someone in the background saying something about he hadn't heard anything from his daughter this week.
No, Adam said I haven't heard anything from my stalker this week.
All right, I thought you said water or daughter. I thought, what the freaking hell's going on? Yeah, but half these people on here don't know what you're talking about because they weren't on the live feed, Adam. I told them about the live feed on the live feed, but I haven't said anything on here. So you haven't heard from your stalker this week, yeah?
He's missing.
I bet you're disappointed, aren't you? I bet you're disappointed that bromance never went on and on and on. I could imagine. Hang on, Marriott. I blocked him, Adam, as he said to me, I think he's something to do with the Corleone group. How can he be anything to do with the Corleone group when he's never been on it? Adam's gutted. He had some bloody beautiful poodles. Can we say that? Sorry. That might have been giving away too much information. He might be watching this. He might be gutted that the bromance is over. Did you break it off or did he? Or have you just been too busy, incognito? Oh, freaking hell, Graham's going on about. Oh, freaking everyone's going, what the fuck is that Graham Allison on tonight? Has he been drinking? Did the stalker order a new patio? Fred West? We know what he's talking about. No one else knows what he's talking about because that's private. He was Fred West's apprentice, everybody. Hey, Steve, I agree 100%, mate. When he friend requested me, I took one look at his picture and went, no, I don't train poodles. Fuck off. I did. I don't train poodles. Bye-bye. And do you know the biggest thing is? You can call me nosy, but when someone sends me a friend request, I flick down onto their Facebook page and see if they've got anything sensible to say. If they haven't got anything sensible to say, I get these women all the time. I don't know if you guys do. It's just me because I look at freaking BSM. What the freaking hell BSM? Motorbike, isn't it? BSM. I look on the internet and stuff, and then people freaking send friend requests, and I look, and it's women who are reasonably looking. Some of them are freaking terrible. I'm okay, but who am I to freaking? But some of them are unbelievably ugly. I think, what the freaking? You're desperate. But some of them are gorgeous, and I think, why are you sending me a friend request? You're clickbait. You are looking to trap me. Right? We watched a film the other night. We watched a film. It was a black couple. Two black couples, wasn't it, Sue? Well, one black couple. One was black, one was perhaps Hispanic or whatever. Anyway, it's on Netflix. It's brilliant when you sit down with the film with Sue, because she starts telling you halfway through what's going to fucking happen at the end. Do you boys get it as well? Or do you like to watch a film on your fucking own because you don't get the fucking story all the way through the film, what's going to happen? Half the time it's wrong, but at the end of the day, this is what happens, right? Wants to have a baby, surrogate mother, sets it all up, then it all goes tits up. Then I says he's going to have to sleep with her until she's had the baby and pretend that he's not enjoying it. And he gets extra sex. His wife's happy. She gets the baby at the end. He gets extra sex. She wants extra sex. What's wrong with that? Sue said, that's not right. Hang on. I'm trying to help a woman out who wants a baby. I would suffer. I would suffer in that situation. I'd have to look after both of them until she's had the baby. And then go, no, I didn't love you, really. I love my wife. That's the way blokes are, isn't it? We would sacrifice ourselves for our wives. No, Sue says, no, she should come clean. He should come clean and tell his wife all about what she's been trying to do. Seduce him, play him along, strip off and lay there naked. No.
But what did the wife say? Why didn't you tell me? There you go.
That's the difference between men and women. We think different, don't we, guys? We think different. I would have to throw myself as a sacrilegious lamb at the slaughter and say, okay, use me just to keep my wife happy so she can have the baby. Once you got the baby, I'm sorry, but I love my wife. You're going to have to leave me. I get myself in a lot of trouble here, couldn't I? Oh, freaking, we're not still on Poodles. I thought we moved on. Poodles. Poodles should be banned. Banned from what? Being president? Imagine that, president of the United States. Well, it looked no fucking different than fucking some of the fucking idiots on there, wasn't it? Poodles used to be hunting dogs, didn't they? French hunt. French.
Like Adam said, he said he only works his poodles on big duck things.
Yeah, right.
Adam said, I bet you do. We haven't heard from him.
Adam, do you think you might have been slightly too direct with him? Do you know, when you break somebody in slowly for a romance or bromance, as we say, isn't it, bros? You've got to do it gently, Adam. I think you went for the jugular at one point, didn't you? Because you thought you were being stalked at one point, didn't you? You thought you were in the crossfires. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that, someone stalking you across the moor. Be freaking hard work, innit, eh? Surely you'd hear him with freaking poodles. Eh? Vicious little bastard poodles can be. And these weren't small poodles, were they, Adam? Can't run away. Shut up. You could have beat one of them to death if they attacked you. You could have sacrificed a limb and surprised the poodle shitless, couldn't you? Like, he never even fucking screamed. He never even made a fucking noise. I've bit into bone, less than that, softer than that. Was that titanium? Titanium. That was a James Bond film, wasn't it, Adam? You got in that, didn't you? Titanium? Or was it uranium? Uranium. Stop it. Honestly, if we can't take the piss out of ourselves, we can't take a piss out of anybody. Look at Adam. He's freaking. He knows what we're talking about. Everybody else in the group knows what we're talking about. Everyone else on here is going, "What the fuck is that lot going on about?" I mean, look at what we got on here. Anyone with poodles should be banned. Poodles should be banned. I can't run away. Poodle on a pogo stick. Oh, frick, it's getting worse. We're gonna have the Poodle Society fucking calling for us to be banned in a minute. Anybody with a poodle, you know, especially, I was going to say a coloured one, they freaking colour them, don't they? They dye them, don't they? And they cut them like bushes, don't they? They're like fucking poo. Have you seen a big fucking? Have you seen the work they put into them? The groomers. So technically, Adam, he was trying to groom you, and he had a poodle. He was trying to get information from you, Adam. He was trying to groom you. And yet he was the one with the poodles. Might have been working undercover if you didn't see him with giant poodles. It's not as if they were small, is it? Not as if they were small. But then again, I think that I came up with the best question back to you, madam. Was it after I gave you a bit of insight what to ask him? And you asked him, and then he got offended when you took up my bit of advice. Because to me, being dyslexic, and he said he saw you here or he saw you there. We won't go into it too much because it might be private where you go. It might be the Balmoral estate. We know where you were. I'd love to see a blue poodle on a runner and it came out red. I'd like to see a white poodle on a runner and come back red. It would look like it's been raped, sodomized. Yeah, so perhaps it was the advice that I gave you. Ask him, where were you? Then you'd know whether he was really there or he wasn't there. Because if you said, well, where was I? And he couldn't answer it, it was that. I thought it was. I thought that would throw him. How to beat Stalker. Ask him, where was I then? He wasn't there at all. He wasn't there at all. I know, bit creepy, isn't it, eh? Bit creepy, isn't it, eh? You've got to say this could turn into male domination. Honestly. Anyway, has anybody got any questions for Adam? So I was going to ask that question.
Luckily, he was direct.
So I'm going to ask that question to everyone. We've got 19 people in here, and I want to answer it instantly. I do not want you freaking looking it up, asking other people. I want you to answer yes or no instantly. Let's see how fast your brain reacts. This is the question. You've gone to a party on your own. You've got absolutely smashed on whiskey chasers. You wake up in the morning in a strange bed. No one there, but you've got a condom sticking out your bottom. Do you tell anyone or not? Yes or no? Good lad, Adam. Well done, Steve. Come on! Karen Evans, no. Karen Evans, no. Of all the people on here, Karen Evans, no. Karen, can I ask you a question? Do you want to go to a party? We got him, everyone! We got him! What the fuck? It's a Wigan thing. It's a Wigan thing. Honestly, anytime you want to go to a party, Karen, let us know. It wasn't you, was it? He still ain't got it. He's still not got it. He's too young, isn't he, guys? He's too young. Everyone goes, no. Good lads, for that. No, everybody's not a chance. You got Arthie. Anyway, we do have a laugh on here, don't we? Condom on man's ass. We know it means you're going to jail. Karen, you've still missed the fucking joke. Listen, can someone explain to him what the fucking joke was? Karen, where we come from, we don't do that sort of thing. But it was a joke. That's why I asked you, would you like to go to a party because you wouldn't tell no one? It was a joke, Karen. I didn't mean it. It was a bit sensitive. Okay. Hey. Honestly, you catch that. You catch people out of that, don't you? There's another one. Let's try it, shall we? Let's try it. When I was about 16, I went into town and I bought some stuff, and I was getting on the bus. It was heavy, and it was in a brown bag. I got on the bus. I got upstairs on the top of the bus. I'm sitting on the top of the bus, and these two girls got on, and they were sitting at the back of the bus, and a bit chatty. And I thought, they're nice, aren't they? And a bit chatty. I was a bit chatty with them. And you know, I don't like people sitting next to me very often on the bus. It's a bit, you know, I'm a big guy, and even then, I didn't want people sitting next to me really on the bus. So I put my brown paper bag parcel on the other seat, and I sat on the inside seat, and they sat on the back behind me, and they were having a chat with me, and they were really friendly. And they were asking me a number of questions. I was answering the questions, and I thought they're really, really friendly. And then come to like they said, right, we got to get off now. So they're getting off. And as they get off, one of them grabbed me freaking bag, my brown paper bag on the seat, and freaking legged it down the freaking aisle and off the bus and ran up the road. And I tried to get up, and the bus drove off. So I wasn't quick enough. Probably being fat didn't freaking help compared to them. I thought, you bastards, you talked to me, you lulled me into a sense of insecurity. And all you were doing, you kept an eye on me freaking brown bag. And they fucked off up the road with my brown bag. I couldn't believe it because, you know, I had in the brown bag, I bought it and it was wonderful. And I wanted to get home and show everyone. I couldn't believe that I went up the road with my brown bag. You know, it's just unreal, isn't it? I'm still waiting. I'm still freaking waiting. It's right laughing. Oh, he's laughing at fucking. Oh, we're still going on about Kieran. Are we? We missed my fucking little bit of information I was going to give you. Is it no road is too muddy for Kieran, no buddy? Don't even stop it. I thought you were laughing at my fucking having my bag stolen. And that bag meant a lot to me. I know it was only a brown bag, but with what was in the bag that mattered. And I thought, I just can't believe it. All that money that I earned that week disappeared down the road with that girl. Okay, what was in the bag? I fucking knew it. I knew it. That's what I was waiting for. Some nosy bastard to ask me what was in the bag. A load of rubbish, like I just told you. Fuck it. That took ages before someone fucking asked that question. Normally, you say that in a group of lads or a group of people in the pub. They go, "What was in the bag? What was in the bag?" It's freaking how nosy people are, isn't it? And it had to be the wife, didn't it? What was in the bag then? I'll help you out. You bastard. She did it before.
That's why I said I'll help you out.
Okay. I'll do it. What was in it? But the fucking she got them. They only went so long, didn't they, before they had to ask? How long did I have to run the back fucking story on before one person asked? They were too interested in what Karen was saying about protecting his anus. Honestly. Karen, I know some parties that you would freaking love. You get free entry if you don't say nothing, Karen. Honestly. No, I wouldn't tell anybody. Bloody hell. You wouldn't go to the police and say, I've just been raped, but I don't know who by. I'd cover it up. Anyway, tonight's been silly, hasn't it? We've just been absolutely ridiculous tonight, haven't we? 56 minutes. Have you had a laugh? That's the important thing. Life's too freaking short in it to worry about fucking... What? Oh, no, Steve, don't go there, please. We've already been there, haven't we? Do you know what? I'm beginning to think that some of my fucking questions I give you are so simple. It's the simple things you forget. Stop it, Abigail French. What? He just freaking got the brown paper bag joke, I think. Or is it the Karen fucking don't remove the condom? Would you walk around with the condom? Shut up. It's getting worse, this is. Shut up. What's it called, Steve? What the fuck's the... Yeah, go on. Come on. We all fucking win. Let's just go. Sadly within the bag.
What the hell's he on tonight, Graham?
But it's funny, isn't it? It's funny. I did mention this the other night. I think I mentioned it somewhere to someone. I was watching Billy Connolly thing, and he was talking about Parkinson and not Parkinson's because he got that as well, didn't he? Glad to have the Poodles in the group. Yeah, gladly. Yeah, this is it, Steve. He was talking about a joke that made him famous and started him off in his career, and it was like when his missus died, and he buried her in the garden with her arse in the air. And he said, why did you bury her with the garden in it? Why did you just dig deeper? He said, I needed somewhere to park my bike. And such a simple thing like that had people pissing themselves with laughter, didn't they? Now,
and made him.
And that made him. That's what he said on that program. And I thought, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Just something simple like that. Now, that was classed as I think years ago, you could say ruder jokes than you perhaps could get away with now in some ways. But it's like certain comedians. I absolutely love them when they tell a story and you're really into the story. Jim Davidson used to do it. He used to tell those stories with Chalky and all that. Fucking hell, he don't want to repeat them now, does he? Fucking hell. The world's gone mad, isn't it? Nobody wants to repeat anything that could be controversial, isn't it? Anything controversial in case it upsets somebody. Somebody gets triggered. Somebody gets triggered. So there you go, everyone. 58 minutes and 59 seconds. And I said, has everybody enjoyed themselves tonight? And not one fucking question back. Like, yes, thanks, Chris. It's been great. I'm glad you took the time out to fucking leave your wife in the corner. She's done nothing but fucking degrade me tonight. Telling me that they were old jokes again. She's lived with me too long, isn't she? When you've lived with me this long, she's probably heard every joke I've ever told 50, 60 times a year.
It's the only jokes I remember.
The simple ones. It's the only one she remembers, everyone, the simple ones. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that, Steve Pace. Great night, bollocks. Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. And what about you, Chris? Chris, you've got back from holiday. Are you thinking, oh, fuck, not that same old shit again? I'm back in England, in Blighty. Or are you still thinking about the Shangri-Las? You've not been swinging on the chandeliers, have you? I don't fricking know what you've had. I don't know where you've been. You've been to Spain, haven't you? Spain? I did see that you enjoyed. You said you enjoyed it. You had a great time. That's great. You deserve it, mate. You deserve it. You do a lot for the group. You do a lot for the group. Oh, by the way, Chris, if you're still there, if you've not left, gone to bed, swinging from the chandeliers, Steve's mate, Mr. Bond, changes his name all the time. He got a Porsche, comes training in his Porsche. Come on, Steve, what's his name? He's coming down here the next week. Had a lovely time. Been a few years since I've logged on. Fucking lazy bastard, Chris. But glad to be back. Top bollocks as usual. Load up as usual. That's what you should mean, Chris. Cyprus. Chris went to Cyprus. Yeah, Michael. Michael wants to join a Corleone talk to come in on a Wednesday night. And you obviously, Chris, are the man to bring him in. I did send you a picture, but I didn't realise you're on holiday, mate. I wouldn't have bothered you if known you're on holiday. I sent it in Messenger. So if you can look at his picture and try and add him for next week, as he wants to join the Crazy Gang. We call it the Crazy Gang on a Wednesday night because we talk even more shit. Sunday night. And that's a private group members, Patreon members only. That's called the Crazy Gang. The Crazy Gang. Not everybody. Karen doesn't do that because he doesn't like a condom. Condom doesn't, because Karen doesn't wear a condom. Karen does not wear a condom. We all know now, don't we, everyone? Thanks a lot, Chris. I appreciate that. And thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And me and Sue are going to say good night and God bless and may your God be with you. That was Dave. What's name on it? May your God be with you. One thing, he had a finger missing. Dave, he got caught on somebody's girlfriend, didn't he? Dave Allen. Shut up. He did tell that story about how he lost his finger once, but it was hilarious. Did anyone remember that? Well, good night, all. Chris and Sue going to bed. No, not yet. Give us time.